Welcome, Capricorn, to your love reading for December 10th to the 16th of 2018. Now, the 12th house is still activated. A bit of closure, things that you might be very secretive about, facing fears and endings. Sometimes insecurities are kind of pushed on you a bit. Different situations that might challenge you to see how you might deal with it. Now, sometimes it's truly an end that you could be going through, but sometimes your own fears and going through the test. So, let's see. A lot of times this is a time to rest and reflect, take things slow, kind of keep a low profile, but still have fun, do you, but not be maybe so well. Actually, yeah, that is right. So Sagittarius, Capricorn. I'm right. Yeah. So 12th house. So let's see what's going on. So recent past events for Capricorn. So the sun came out. So the weekend, that means that you may have had fun doing things with someone that you might be into, around, socializing, having a good time, but there was some kind of joy. Whether you were even communicating with somebody that could have made your heart happy, being around your children, being on your own with yourself. It just depends, but there was some kind of joy. So let's see what this week might bring. This week. Eight of Cups. So there is you kind of move. The happiness was there, and then you kind of be a little bit drained because maybe whoever you were around when you was having fun, then you kind of come into the week again, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and then you're back to reality because you might be saying, hey, it was good to see them, good to be around them, but right now, hey, I'm back home. I'm not with the person I want to be with, or I'm with the person I don't want to be with, and then there's a disconnect. All right, so walking away from someone to find something else more suitable emotionally. So, what might the person that you're dealing with, what might they be bringing towards you? Whoa. Okay, so they almost try to flip out my hands. So you have. If somebody is focusing on, they need to focus on themselves right now, on money. Now you have a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now it could be a female or a male, just depends. They're in reverse, so whoever that person is, surrounded by a lot of some good money. So sometimes if that person is in that position, that means that they might have been leaning on you for money. They may not have been stable enough to take care of themselves or help provide for the connection. Then you have the Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Lovers in reverse. So an imbalance with agreeing on certain things, the imbalance of who's taking charge of what, kind of sort of control issues, having issues with a bit of jealousy and kind of not being quite honest about how they truly feel. So the Ace of Swords is coming through. So whoever that might be, they might be kind of if you feel that they needed to make some changes, they are potentially trying to do it, but in their own way. So sometimes you have to force them to do it by, getting a little tough, a little bit angry, and feeling a little bit strict with that person, whoever it might be. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but that person, whoever you're dealing with, they're not really happy. It may communicate that to you, that they have to focus on some things, or you could be doing that with them, and then they're kind of running off because they're aggravated or stressed out by it. All right. Let's see, what is your response? For Capricorn? And then however that person is making you feel, you don't want to even be bothered by the emotional attachment to it, because it could kind of take overwhelm you a bit, and then you'll be kind of feeling down by it, kind of absorbing that person's energy, giving off the Queen of Cups energy, taking it on as your own, when that person needs to kind of focus on themselves, and you kind of turn your own way right now and focus on you. So that's a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer who might be dealing with you in that way, not really opening up and expressing yourself. So that Queen of Wands person, fire sign, could affect you in a negative way, and it could also affect you if you're connected to a water sign. So both of them coming out in reverse, but that's your energy coming out in reverse as well. So not really feeling all that joyous when it comes to emotional stability and being reassured by somebody, so to speak. All right. What is your love interest or partner's response for Capricorn? Ooh. So that person, this is the Ace of Cups, and this is still having love for you. Now when it's showing up like this, that means that person, whoever you might be dealing with, you could be dealing with someone from your past, moving on from them. Ace of Swords, truth. the new love is there that you're still growing, trying to embrace in some way, still feeling it for you, but some of you might not be acknowledging it or opening up. You're trying to see if this is true, true love, or just a feeling, a faint feeling that can kind of go away at any time. So let's see. Open up the Ace of Cups for Capricorn's partner, and then the Eight of Swords is in reverse. Let's see. Open up the Let me see. Ace of Cups, and then the Six of Cups is in reverse. Still, let's see, that's two things. Some of you still having love for you in the past kind of thing, but still having issues with letting you go, or you letting them go and moving on into something new. Some of you, you're dealing with somebody who's trying to break away from their past, but they're not doing it just yet. I mean, that's why you might be disappointed with that person right now. And that's been a theme for some of the Capricorns as well, still holding on to some issues from the past and trying to be open to new, but there's still this love affair, or this energy of love between you and somebody else. So they might be having a hard time with moving on. So let's see the advice for Capricorn for December 10th to the 16th. Try to forgive that person. The Five of Cups is in reverse. No matter, well, I don't say no matter, because things matter to you if you get hurt, or if someone does something to hurt you, depending on the severity of it. Everyone is going to deal with that in different ways, but try your best to forgive that person, because it can block your blessings or manifesting things that you want in your life if you hold on to those grudges, resentment, and try to get revenge on somebody. It can block good momentum. So what is let's see the Five of Cups in reverse for Capricorn. So if you're indecisive, that keeps you in a spiral where you're out of control with someone, back and forth, not sure what to do with them when they're in and out of your life, and you sometimes might even feel like you want to go back to someone that constantly hurts you or does things that they don't really need to do, that they have to do. So try the best to deal with those emotions and maybe disconnect from that person right now, because they don't seem like they some of you, again, you've moved on from somebody, need to forgive, let go, because new love is potentially there with you and somebody else. Sorry, my eyes watering. Let me see. What is the outcome? It's not through sad tears or anything like that. It's just, I don't know why. And the outcome for Capricorn. So Two of Swords in reverse, and that is again, we have the Two of Pentacles. So in your head, that's still having a battle with what to do, what to choose. Still making a decision though to probably disconnect from them. Two of Swords in reverse for Capricorn. And yeah, some of you might be looking for attention from that particular person, and that's when you're battling yourself and what to do. So again, try to work on your confidence and try to be strong and see how things might go with you and another person this week. And let's see one more card for the person that you're dealing with. What might it be bringing towards you for Capricorn? Seven of Wands. This is the energy of stress, and I feel like that's the Ace of Swords as well. When someone is when they feel like you're not paying them any attention, they might want it from you. For those of you on that side of the equation, for others of you, that person who you want to be closer to, they're not ready for the connection right now. So that's them standing up for themselves and saying that, hey, this is not working, we need to just stop this, in whichever way that might relate to you. But the overall, let's do one more. The overall, we had the Eight of Cups as the overall message. So overall message for Capricorn for December 10th to the 16th. Nine of Swords. You're stressed, you're in your head, and it's still an issue of not communicating, having a lot to that you're thinking about, that's on your mind, but you're still not really being able to express it. So write some things down. All right, I feel like that's a good way to alleviate that stress. Write things down, draw, if you're gonna sing, whatever you might do. If you go to work, Capricorns might feel like you can channel energy that way with your career. 10th house. Let's see the Nine of Pentacles for Capricorn. Or do something creative. I know a lot of Capricorns who are creative and love. They might not be like you might not be a water sign, but I know a lot of Capricorns who are very creative, like water energy though. They like to kind of you would think they would like drama and like suspense movies or action thrillers and things like that. But I know a lot of them that like sci-fi or things like that, like magic and doing a whole bunch of fun things, a lot of colors. So keep that in mind. That might be different for you. So the Nine of Swords for Capricorn. So we have Justice with the Page of Cups. This is the energy for a lot of you where you are. There is a child. Here's a birth of a child with somebody, and there could be some kind of karmic tie that you have with that person because you had a child with them, and some of you have moved on from that person, but you're connected to them in a way to kind of allow you to go through some lessons with that person and take responsibility for it. Others of you are definitely trying to build up your confidence, trying to be more playful, but it does take for you to take a leap of faith to try to enjoy yourself a bit and disconnect and see how this relationship goes, because you might run into a lot of synchronicities with the Page of Cups being here, and it could be something that brings you into in a more evolved state when it comes to your love relationship or potential romantic partner. Alright, so that's going to be a reading. I hope the message is related to many of you in some way. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. So have a good one.